Hi, this is Sonia from An Enthusiastic Reader. Thank you for joining me here today. It's Tag Friday. Not really. It's not really Tag Friday, but I was tagged in a video and the questions are really interesting. You know, it's coming up on 5 years for me on Booktube. And so as a person that considers herself to be kind of a slow booktuber, like I practice slow booktubing, meaning that I am not prolific. I don't make nearly as many videos as people, and I don't read nearly as many books as many people here that I follow and love. It's a different perspective. So I thought I would do the tag because I was tagged by Priscilla at Evening Reader. The tag was originated by Shelley Swearingen, and her answers were really interesting. She's a very fascinating person, and so is Priscilla. And I thought I would go ahead and do the tag. So let us go ahead and start the video. I thought I could do this without any edits, but that is absolutely not true. Okay. Number 1, what has surprised you the most about Booktube, both in a good way and in a bad way? My history with Booktube is really interesting. I have been watching Booktube for over 10 years. My daughter, Sabrina, her original name was Unmanaged Mischief, and then she changed it to Bookish Sabrina. And so I was watching her on Booktube and all the people that she was being commented by and she was following. And so I got kind of introduced to the world of Booktube from her. And so she doesn't have she still has her channel, but she doesn't post videos anymore. She may or may not ever post another video, but that really intrigued me. And it was a lot of younger booktubers that I was watching through Sabrina. And then I started finding people that were maybe, more in my generation or people that were older than me. And that kind of really opened up the world for me in terms of seeing people who were my age reading books and wanting to talk about them. And sometimes there was overlap, and that's always very gratifying. So 5 years ago, I decided I was going to jump in and try it. And I have been making videos not consistently, but along the way for 5 years. So it surprised me how welcoming people were and wonderful, and how many people I have connected with and made friends with over the years from having a Booktube channel. And I really enjoy that. Surprising in a bad way, I don't know if I have an answer for that. Human behavior displays itself in every aspect of life, and that includes Booktube. So not surprised. I don't think there's really anything that I would say surprised me in a bad way. Number 2, how do you balance reading and Booktube with the rest of your life? Okay, my life always kind of trumps Booktube, and watching Booktube always trumps creating content for Booktube. So I have a priority. I mean, if I'm not reading, I have nothing to talk about, right? So I have to have time for reading, time for outside life, and then time for watching and commenting, and then time for making videos. I think just like everyone else, I manage my time. I figure out times when it would be mostly quiet in the house so I can do the taping and the filming. And I always usually have a cat jump up here and join me. I don't know where they are right now. Oh. Here comes the cat. So anyway, just like anything else, you make time for the things that you prioritize, and that's how I do it. Have you ever thought about starting a Patreon? No. I have no desire to create side content for people, and money is certainly not anything that I am interested in worrying about for my Booktube channel. Clementine? Number 4, have you made any mistakes on Booktube? The one thing I can think of that's like that I feel like maybe was a mistake is a few years ago, and I don't remember which year it was. It was Black History Month, and I chose a really incendiary poem that was really long, and it was vulgar at times, and there was violence talked about. I thought it was a very, very powerful poem, and so I read it. as part of Black History Month. And then immediately 40 people unsubscribed from my channel. And that was so jarring to me. I just didn't expect, I mean, people come and go, and my subscriber count is in kind of ever changing within, a margin. But when 40 people quit, I don't know, it kind of knocked me down in a way. I thought, did I do something wrong? Should I have not read that poem? I don't know. So I don't know if it was a mistake because I thought it was a powerful poem. Now I can't remember who it was even, but to me that was something that was really affected the trajectory of my Booktube channel. Number 5, do you have any advice for new Booktubers? I think I've heard everyone answer the question just about the same, and that is just be yourself. Don't do things that are out of your sphere of what you like to read or what you like to do. Do not feel pressured to join every event. I don't do that because I just don't have the bandwidth in my life to be a part of every single thing that happens in this community, because there's so many things, and I don't want all my reading to be prescribed by these traditions. And I admire so much the people that organize them and put themselves out there and ask questions and create prompts and are enthusiastic about it. I think that's wonderful, but I just don't feel like I can always participate in those things. And so if you're a new booktuber, stick with what feels right so that you can start putting your own personality and your own spin on your channel. So that's my advice. Number 6, what are your thoughts on the YouTube algorithm? If there were ever a word that I was sick of hearing about, it's algorithm. And that's second only to artificial intelligence, AI. I don't have any thoughts about the algorithm. I think it's prioritized to monetize big controversial ideas and to make as much money as possible. That's what I think about it. I am so under the radar and such a low boil on this whole platform that I don't think it really affects me in any way. For 7A, how do you decide what videos to make? A lot of times I just stick to wrap-ups. That is my big thing. Sometimes I am tagged and I will do the tags. If I do the tag as soon as I'm tagged, I will do it. If I put it on a list and think about it, it's probably going to get pushed off to the side and then I don't do it. So I have made a few other kinds of videos. One time I made a video that's one of my most watched videos ever, where I was talking about book design and showing how to set up a book document in InDesign and how to take raw text from Project Gutenberg and clean it up with some coding so that you pull out all the extra spaces, and then how to stylize all of the text once it's dumped into InDesign. And that was one of my, technically it was not a great video because I didn't really know what I was doing and there's like a lot of mouse clicking and stuff, but it was a fun video and I get more views on that video than anything I do talking about what I'm reading. 7B, are you ever overwhelmed with video ideas? No, not really. I did have a notebook and I was scribbling down all kinds of different ideas probably in the first couple of years of doing the channel. But when COVID hit, I mean, everything kind of just, I know it didn't affect a lot of people's content or their channels, but for me, I mean, that was just a cataclysm. It turned everything upside down. And in terms of just being quarantined and just all of the things that happened to us during that time and the uncertainty and just the fear. And my husband was out actually working in healthcare facilities while the whole thing was happening, and he'd be suited up, and it was very stressful. So what's the question? So no, I'm not overwhelmed with video ideas anymore. I would like to make different kinds of videos. I would like to be more consistent, and I'm just not sure exactly how to get there. Number 8, have you ever regretted posting a video? I mean, back to that mistake of posting that poem that I read. I'm torn about whether or not I regret posting it, but that's really the only one, I think. I can't think of anything that's really been something I think about or lose sleep over. Okay, number 9A. Are the number of views, subscribers meaningful to you? Well, I mean, I'd be lying if I didn't say that I like looking at the number of views multiple times a day to see if people are watching and if they're commenting. So it is significant to me that some people watch, and there are such a great group of very consistent viewers and commenters. And then I get like stray comments that people that I don't know if they're subscribed or not, and they'll leave one comment and I don't hear from them again. And I love getting those too. I like the interaction, which is something that everyone's kind of said as they've done this iteration, this video or this tag, that the interaction is really fun. I'm pretty good about answering comments right away, and until there's stragglers from like older videos or, a couple weeks in. Sometimes I am kind of late to responding to those. But at the beginning, if there's an influx of comments, then I will jump to them. And so I feel like there's a really good conversation, a really good interaction going on in the comment section, which is always the best part of a video. Are the number of views, subscribers a measurement of success? I suppose in some kind of sense that they are, but it's so subjective. Some people, I remember there was someone who had a pretty successful channel, I thought, and this person got very unhappy with the number of subscribers, and the channel just wasn't growing, and so they quit making videos because they were and they had several thousand subscribers and a lot of interaction, and I thought that they were successful, and they get many, many more times interaction than I get on my videos, but I feel successful. I feel like people are interested in what I have to say and they watch the video, and that's really all I can ask for. So sure, it's successful to me. Are you disappointed by the growth on your channel? No, I have 800 subscribers in 5 years. That sounds pretty low compared to other people, but I am so happy with it. It's fine. I like the spot I'm in, and I'm very happy where I am. Have you ever thought about quitting Booktube? I have thought about it. I wonder if, at some point I will just say, okay, I think I've said everything I want to say. But it hasn't happened, and I don't see it happening anytime in the foreseeable future. What are the most touching comments? I love it when I read a book that no one else likes, and then one person will chime in and say that they like that book too. And that, to me, that's the moment of connection because I read a lot of books that no one cares at all about on Booktube, except for now a few people that we have basically very similar reading tastes. And that is so gratifying to me that there are some people out there that I'm just not out there alone reading Curtis Sittenfeld, for instance, and I just get silence from most people. But then every once in a while, I am making that connection, and I love that when it pops up in the comments. What are the most negative comments? I hardly ever get negative comments. I think I've had like 2 or 3 in 5 years. I think that's pretty remarkable. And so I have no qualms at all about my comments. In regards to Booktube, where do you see yourself in 5 years? That is unknown. I don't know what I will be doing 5 years from now. I don't think any of us know what 5 years in the future is going to look like. But if I still feel like I'm having fun, I will still be here. And so thank you so much, Priscilla, for tagging me in this video. I think almost everyone's done it, but if you haven't and you would like to do it, you sure should. And thank you so much for watching. And yeah, I will see you soon. Bye.